Hello, and welcome to the Sunday meditation at the Light Institute of Galisteo and the Sanctuary of Light. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, we divide our meditation into 3 parts. In the first part, we ask our magnificent divine higher self to take a form for us. It doesn't matter the form that comes, but it will allow you to align to a higher energy. And then we draw that higher self into our bodies, and I'll make a little om sound so that you can push the button on your apparatus and meditate for as long as you like. In the second part of the meditation, we practice the art of radiance, utilizing brilliant light to quicken our frequencies, to again hone ourselves in alignment with our higher selves. And we do that by reaching up into the cosmos and imagining that we're pulling down a beam of pure white light down through the top of your head, down into your solar plexus, your stomach. This is the center of our emotional bodies. And so when we pull the light through that, we are quickening our energies, we're uplifting ourselves. And then we laser that light out through our own electromagnetic field, our own auric field, and then across our planet, back up into the cosmos. And in that part of the meditation, we use our breath to bring us into a deep meditative state. So we inhale as we draw the white light down, and we exhale as we laser the light out from us across the planet and back into the sky. And we just simply continue doing that, and it will take us into a deep meditation. Again, an om, so that you can practice that for as long as you like. And then in the third part of the meditation, each week we use our beautiful vibrations that we create as we're meditating, and some focus in terms of giving that energy, uplifting energy into the world. And this week, what we're going to do is to send out an energy to uplift all humanity to a place of feeling the divinity, the greatness, the gift of life. And so to come to a place where we can, no matter what is happening around us or in us, but that we feel the gratitude that we are in body on this planet, and that through our consciousness we have so much to offer, and we can feel that pure gift of offering what belongs to us to give, which is simply nothing more than our consciousness and the light that we carry. And so we'll begin with breath. We begin by breathing in through the nose, hold at the top, and then exhale very slowly through the mouth. And that allows the brain to slow down into meditative alpha states. Let's meditate. Close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose, hold at the top, and exhale very slowly. Ask your higher self, the intuitive essence of your soul, your own inner voice, to take a form for you. It could be a star, a rainbow, a being, a light of some kind, a tree, an animal, an equation. It doesn't matter what form it takes. Ask your higher self to take form right now. Whatever you get. Ask your higher self to touch your body where you hold that powerful spiritual essence that belongs to you at this moment. And just imagine the touch anywhere in your body where you're holding that spiritual essence. Focus your consciousness in that place. And breathe in and out through that point so that you're opening and activating it. And now draw your higher self in through that point, right into your body. And feel your higher self coming into your whole body. And sit in meditation as your higher self. Reach up into the cosmos, and as you inhale, draw to you and through you a beautiful beam of pure white light down through the top of your head, down into your stomach, your solar plexus, and laser the white light out from you, stretching out your auric field, lasering the white light across our planet, back up into the cosmos. Breathe in, and as you breathe in, draw the light down. As you exhale, laser that white light to illuminate yourself, our planet, and back into the source in the cosmos. And just continue to do that as it takes you into a deep state of meditation. Om. Imagine that you could bring all of the 8 billion humans into your mind's eye, gather them up, and ask them what frequency of light will open for them the gift, the joy of being alive, the sense of purpose and wonderment of being alive in our bodies on this planet at this time. It's not an accident that we're here at this time. We've come because we are true and wise souls who know how to heal, and we will heal our planet and ourselves. What color does humanity ask for from you in order to find that joy, that gift of being alive? Whatever color comes into your consciousness, again, reach up into the cosmos and draw exactly that color down through the top of your head, down into your solar plexus, and laser that frequency of light out from you and laser it into all of humanity. And feel how humanity is drawing that color in, and feel as if it's flowing through you without end, from the cosmos through you and into humanity. And as it goes into humanity, there's an uplifting and a gratitude for being alive, for being here, and knowing that there's a reason we are here. So feel that frequency of light opening that awareness in all of humanity. Continue to allow that light now. Om. Breathe deeply and open your eyes. Great. There is a second part to this Sunday meditation. It's called Knowings. And people from around the world each week send in questions that they would like for us to touch upon in order to illuminate and uplift ourselves and all of those who are participating in this meditation. Allison will tell us the questions that have come for us today. Allison?
The first question is from Mexico City, Mexico, and it's from a friend.
Oh, good. Hello, friend.
This question is in 2 parts. The first part is what to do about the integration of incarnational memories for healing. And the second part is, I've heard you say we come in as fully developed souls. Then why do we come in as babies?
Okay, let's begin with the first one. You know, perhaps all of us, even if we've forgotten, have flickers when we're children or at other times in our lives when other incarnations of our soul come in. We come to a place, we know it, we see a person, we know them. And maybe we even perceive the whole content of that lifetime. I always say by the time a child is 3 or 4 and they're playing, with whatever they're playing with, if you listen to them, you will hear them telling stories of lifetimes that they have had. And so this is incredible. At the Light Institute, of course, that is our basic work, is to activate in you, through your own higher self, to be able to cognate and to revisit these incarnations of the soul. But the purpose for that, and this is very important, is not to hold on to the content. Oh, I was a great healer, or I was a powerful being, or I did this, or I did that. No, because any time, whether it's a memory in this lifetime or a memory from other incarnations of your soul, if you hold that and identify through the content of that, I was this person, then it will tether you. And very often there are aspects of those lifetimes, thought forms and ways of living, consciousness that was much less than what we have today, that are not wonderful for you, even if it seems like it's a wonderful lifetime. So what we want to do is we want to find the essence, the qualities that you carried that are still in you, and utilize that while we release the lifetime. So we always look at the story and the death, which is very important, and then we release the lifetime, the content of it, so that the essence, the pure energy comes into us. And that's why doing incarnational work at the Light Institute changes our lives. Absolutely. Frees us from hooks and tethers that we've had as other beings that we have walked upon this planet. So that's how I would answer that first one. We want to release the content and find and accept and honor the qualities that we have accrued, the wisdom. Even when we were negative beings, sliced and killed and did terrible things, we evolved. We learned about those things. We're an intelligent species. We don't have to repeat that. It seems like we're repeating that right now, but we're not. We're clearing away all of the incarnations as a collective soul family in which the things that we're seeing now, the negative way, the inhumane way that we're living now, we're doing that to awaken in us to say, that's not who we are now. We have a new consciousness, and we will go forward in our evolution because of that. Now the second part, that conversation of if we are fully developed souls, which is what my higher self has always said, what does that mean? It doesn't mean that because you're developed, there's no more development. There will be eternally an evolution of the cosmos, an evolution of life, an evolution of divinity, always, unendingly. And so a fully developed soul simply means that the soul has those Akashic records, has points of reference that guide and choices in a lifetime. And so I would answer that in kind of a very human way to say that, first of all, the reason you've heard me say that is that people say babies are so innocent, as if they were a blank slate. They are not. It's not whether they're innocent or not. It's that they come with great wisdom. That's why babies and small children are always moving in and out of their physical body. They are listening to the cosmos, to their higher selves. They are passing through dimensions, coming back and forth. They're not attached to their bodies. We're so afraid of dying and losing our sense of self. Children are not. Yes, so they're fully developed in that they have consciousness, whether they're aware of those things. And again, as I said, very often children can reach across the veil, that veil of I am this person and I am supposed to be this way, is not heavily laid upon them. We lay those energies upon them and squeeze them down into who we think they are to us and in this world today. Why do they come as babies? They have that consciousness, but they can't speak it, they can't communicate it, but they can communicate through the essence. It's interesting to me that little babies at about 4 months or so, they start to puff their little auric fields just about this big. Puff, puff. And the puffing is usually pink, the color of love. And so I feel that one of the reasons we come to this planet, which we call the planet of the heart, is that each incarnation allows us to develop, to polish the human heart, an emotional heart. We have an emotional heart, a physiological heart, a physical heart, a spiritual heart. We have all those shades of heart energy. And so we come in with the highest frequency. Little babies have not learned to distrust or not to care or not to like. They come in with love. And so they choose their parents. And I have noticed that babies open the hearts of their parents and the parents and the whole family. And so there's something that's very human that occurs through this process of coming from baby to child. And through that, there are the rebalancing of karmas. Karma is not just bad and good. Karma is simply cause and effect, action and reaction. So we're polishing our own evolution. Other species out in the cosmos sometimes simply rather automatically come in sort of a form. And that's the form they will have their whole life. But they have not utilized or polished that wonderful aspect of heart energy, of love or emotional energies or individuation. And so we do it. And then they are all watching us to see if this is a good idea and how they could get back to that. That's a long story. But so coming in as babies, and we may in the future begin to not do that. We've always talked about walk-ins and galactic or higher beings who just borrow the body. Of course, that's a whole karmic conversation. But this thing of coming in as a baby and creating that oxytocin, those hormones and that energy of love and purity that awakens when we are in the presence of a baby is very essential to the evolution of our souls as humans. Alison, the second question.
It's from the Port of Spain, Trinidad.
Trinidad.
Can loved ones who have died help us from the other side? And is it even karmically right to ask them for help?
Oh, wow, what a question. That is a question that a lot of people are wondering about and have sort of mingled in forever and ever. Let me begin by saying, yes, of course, it's always okay to ask, but there are some laws, cosmic laws about that. And the first cosmic law about that is to use your own higher self and to ask, is so-and-so still in the astral? You see, when we release our physical form, consciousness never dies. There is a cosmic law that says energy never dies, it just changes form. This is true. And so we shed our physical body, but then the consciousness awakens. We have some intermediate steps which are in the astral energy. The astral dimensions are in simultaneous state, but with us, with our third dimension. But there are levels, there are veils. For example, we humans have created the sense of hell, the absolute darkness, and the purgatory, which is kind of a little hellish, and then this, and then there's a place where people go and are guided to, where a beautiful place where the soul and the spirit together rest and go through what the soul was learning through that lifetime. And then there is this going into the light. Although it's not 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Some people go directly into the light. But especially with the question that you're having, that means that you suspect that the spirit, anyway, of whomever it is still in the astral, and very often they are. In the astral, there's no time, and this is why we found this incredible event whereby when people are in the last stages of passing from their bodies, they will suddenly say, "Oh, they've come for me." Maybe they feel an angel, or very often their parents or their loved ones or somebody else that they feel are present. And I have been with a lot of deaths, and I can tell you that there are those spirits that are coming and guiding them into a level of astral where they can heal and release anything that needs to be released and open to the highest octave of light. So you want to ask, are they in the astral? Are they waiting for you? Because if they're in the astral and waiting for you, there's definitely a karma there. And that karma you can't know unless you come to the Light Institute and looked at the lifetimes you shared with them. What might be left undone, who owes whom what. But if you surmise, through the help of your higher self, that they are in the astral, you definitely can connect to them. And I would do it this way. What color do you need from me? What frequency of light do you need from me to help me in the way that I need help? I am asking for help in this way. Maybe it's for money, maybe it's for something that was undone. Who knows, whatever it is that you need the help about. But they're in a higher frequency, so they're not the emotional back and forth that you knew. They are themselves in their spirit and soul energies that have heightened awareness, a larger expanse of consciousness when they connect or look down at you. But the reason this is important is if somebody is moving into light energies, you would not want to pull them down. Even when someone is in that middle astral and they seem to be sort of available, it takes a tremendous amount of energy for them to bleep through that veil so that there is some kind of a connection. And that's not the flashing of lights that we feel, that the spirit is doing. Though they do have ways of associating with you. Something sacred, usually something from nature that is synergistic to your thoughts. And that sometimes is a reference from them. So you want to make sure that you're not pushing them or drawing energy from them because you need them. But absolutely, and think of it this way, if you ask them to help you, think of the many incarnations you may have shared together, and at that level where they are, they want to help you. And if you ask them, they will find a way to extend energies that, again, create a synergy that allows for whatever it is you need to come to you. Because it helps the evolution of their soul and the disintegration of the karma that locks you together so it can dissolve. In the past, people took hundreds of years, souls, to reincarnate. Sometimes now they come right back in. Sometimes they come in as a grandchild. And so everything is sped up. So if there's something that you know that, imagine that they would want to help you. And even that if they helped you in that way, it would free them as well as the both of you. I would say yes. Ask them for help. There's no karma, there's no shame or punishment for doing so. If it were not in balance, it wouldn't happen. But something will move. Even if you ask, let's say you asked for help with money or something and nothing came, you, by asking, would opportune them in a higher level of consciousness to move the flow of evolution, of karma, cause and effect, action and reaction. So you're giving them a gift by asking them, and they're giving you a gift by responding. And I find that they do respond. So I love that you asked that question. May it bring you peace and courage to say, are you there? This is what I need. What color can I give to you? You see, that's that back and forth that really creates a balance. I give you light, which is a cosmic message of communication, so that you can feel that I'm giving to you. And then you please give me what I'm asking for. It makes a perfect balance. Try it. Yes. Allison, is there more?
Yes. Excuse me. The last question is from Los Alamos, New Mexico,
Yay.
in the USA.
New Mexico.
Dear Chris, I'm curious. How did you decide to use color for energetic clearing?
There you are in Los Alamos, where the explosion of the piercing radioactive light began. And living close to that and having taken my students up there to feel the radiation, I've always been sensitive to light. All humans are. It doesn't matter, we've discovered this scientifically, what culture we come in, we all respond emotionally to different frequencies. Remember that light has different frequencies. Each color is a different speed and a different length. And so it affects the body in a specific way. But my story is very sweet about that. Again, I understood and learned early on that everything in the third dimension is actually ultimately made from light. And so that always inspired me. Then I loved rainbows. And we have fantastic rainbows in New Mexico, sometimes double, even triple rainbows, beautiful, pure rainbows. And I always would get in my car and drive along, because rainbows move, As the light is penetrating through the water of the rain, the rainbow moves. And so one time I was chasing a rainbow for almost 2 hours. I traveled for over an hour away from my home. And then I finally gave it up and came back home, and there was a rainbow just over the hogback, the small hill outside of my village. I got out of my car because it was right there, close to the ground, just hovering. And I looked at the rainbow, and the rainbow passed down through my feet into the earth. And I felt that the rainbow had somehow anchored me. I could see the rainbow colors penetrating through my feet. It was not long after that suddenly I became aware that it wasn't enough to, whether it was in this lifetime or any lifetime, through my work when we accessed something, we needed to find where it was sourced in the body. Where are you holding your fear, for example? Maybe in your kidneys or your hands or wherever. And then suddenly I realized that we needed to have a tool to change that, either to amplify something or to get rid of it. And light, of course, being the essence of all things, the rainbow. And by the way, in today's work, now that's been 40 years that I've been using the light or so, but what I'm discovering is that people now often will find frequencies of light that are not in our spectrum. They're coming because we are accessing, even unconsciously, the energies of other dimensions and other galaxies, other universes that utilize different frequencies of light. And so I began to just, where are you holding that? What frequency of light? What color does it need to change? And sure enough, the light would change it. It would dissolve it away, or it would amplify it, or it would facilitate sending out a communication, because light is the cosmic vibration of communication. So it's very holographic and exquisite. And so I hope that from this little story, every time you see a rainbow, you'll think of that. All of the colors that have certain specific effects on your physical body, on your emotional body, on your mind, and your spiritual form. And so let us all reach for the light, know that we have it inside us, call it in. If you need healing, it's the best way. What color does my body need to heal? And because your body's made of light, and once you have that specific, once you feel that your body's showing you the specific frequency, a specific color, there will be a change. So you want to take it in. That's my star. Great love. We are all light beings.